Hi everyone. Today in our HMH Into Reading Texas first grade, we're going to be reading the story, The Talking Vegetables. This is considered a folk tale. Folk tales are stories from long ago that have been told over and over again. Some of the things that we need to look for are animals that act and talk like people. There's a problem and a resolution. A lesson that a character learns. Some of our power words that we're going to be hearing are pounding, smooth, delicious, and stretched. Remember, we're going to read to understand events in the beginning, middle, and end of a story. Use details in the words and pictures to help you. Then we're going to retell the events in our own words. Ready? Let's go. The Talking Vegetables, retold by Juan Liddy Pay and Margaret H. Lippert. Illustrated by Julie Pashkis. Bam, bam, bam. Who's pounding on my door so early in the morning? The spider shouted. Your neighbors. It's time to clear the land for our village farm. Go away, said Spider. I'm tired. But we need you, they said. If everyone helps, there will be plenty of vegetables for all of us. Spider yawned. I don't need your vegetables. I have plenty of rice. The next morning, the villagers came again to Spider's door. Bam, bam, bam. Who's there? Spider called. Your neighbors. Come help us plant the seeds. I said no, and I meant no, shouted Spider. Now go away. The villagers went on and planted their garden. The villagers carried seeds to the farm and planted them in straight rows. They planted cassava, tomato, squash, pumpkin, cabbage, cucumber, pepper, and many different kinds of beans and greens. A month later, the villagers knocked on Spider's door again. Bam, bam, bam. Spider opened his door and yelled, What do you want now? It's time to weed the farm, they answered. I didn't help before and I'm not helping now, said Spider. Now, Spider screamed. He slammed the door and went back to bed. All day the villagers pulled weeds. Their knees hurt, their backs ached, and their arms were sore. In time, the vegetables began to ripen. The villagers picked what they wanted. One day Spider said to himself, I'm getting tired of rice, plain rice day after day after day. I live here. I'm part of this village too. I'm going to pick myself some vegetables to go with my rice. When Spider got to the farm, he couldn't believe his eyes. Huge cucumbers lay on the ground. Giant pumpkins rested under green leaves. Juicy tomatoes hung from vines. Wow, said Spider. These tomatoes look delicious. I'll take one, or maybe two. Spider reached out to pick a tomato from the nearest plant. The tomato shook itself and said, What are you doing? Spider said, What? A talking tomato? The tomato said, Why do you think you can pick me when you didn't come to clear the land or plant my seeds, pull the weeds? Get out of here. Spider backed away. He looked around and said, There are so many fat cucumbers on the vine. I'll just take one, or maybe two. But as he walked toward the cucumber vine, it started moving away from him. Spider was surprised. He'd never seen a moving vine before. It twisted all over the ground. You can't pick us, said a cucumber. You didn't clear the land. You didn't plant our seeds. You didn't pull the weeds. He tugged and pulled, but the pumpkin wouldn't move. You can't take me, said the pumpkin said. You didn't help make the farm. Go away. Spider tried to find his way out of the farm, but the vegetables reached up to grab him. Leaves covered his eyes. Stems stretched out to trip him. Spider finally got free. He ran all the way back to the village. When he got home, he was tired and hungry. He put a pot of water over the fire and boiled some rice. That night, he ate rice for dinner. Plain rice. Okay, now we're going to use some details from the story to try and figure out what your idea of the story is. What is the story about? And when you're doing this with a partner, you're going to use a sentence like, I like your idea. My idea is that you need to help out your neighbors when they, so that you can all share in the profits of what you do. If you're growing a community garden, then everybody should help out so everybody can share in the rewards of that community garden. What are some lessons the spider learns? The lesson the spider learned is that if you don't help others, then you cannot feel that you can take from what they have produced. If it's a community garden and you have not helped in taking care of that garden, planting it, growing the plants, weeding them, then you should not be able to take from that garden. And the plants said, you did not help plant the seeds, you did not help clear the land, you did not help clear the weeds. Those are words that they say in this dialogue. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.